Welcome everybody to the Rally Cry podcast. My name is Angel.
My name is Ty Wavy, Ty Dollar Savage, Tyler.
Okay, and my name is Troyski. What's going on, y'all?
And I'm so glad for every y'all to be back.
Nah,
Honestly,
I missed y'all.
Yeah, so honestly, you already know the deal. We're gonna let you know. Also, we are on Spotify. You can listen to us on Spotify if you don't have the time to watch us on YouTube, or if you want to watch us on YouTube. Make sure you subscribe to whatever platform that you're on. And we're gonna get nitty and gritty. And he dropped his pick. You little snaggy waggy.
I'm sorry, didn't mean to, but okay, call him Winnie.
But we're truly excited to talk about this topic we have today, and it's honestly a sensitive topic. Things that we go through every day, things that we talk about.
Turmoil.
There's also things that we may feel sensitive about because cheating. Cheating is a thing that happens every day. It's literally something that we kind of despise as people because it just shows the loyalty in other people, and it's just like, what's the point of wasting your time with someone that is not going to take you as serious because they're doing certain things that they shouldn't be doing, and they know they shouldn't be doing, but they do it anyway.
Precisely.
So
okay, here we go. Up here.
It's just like, why do people cheat? When it comes to men and women, why do we cheat? Like, why would you say, like, if there was a reason to say, like, if you're going to cheat, why would there be a reason to cheat?
Go ahead, Joe.
Yeah, I didn't even see your hand up.
I didn't want the silence to kick in.
The sunglasses, honestly.
No, I was gonna be like, dab it. Okay. Nah, cheating is done, regardless of whatever sex, even if you are blue. Male, female, short, tall, stubby, chubby, don't matter. Bars. So, either way, cheating is an insecurity. Because when they're... Hashtag that. But, cheating is an insecurity because when you don't feel secure, because when you're in a relationship, you trust somebody. You have feelings for this person. And obviously, to confide in this person and, develop this kind of relationship, this bond, this pact, it's supposed to give you, like, a reassurance of, like, what you need, what you didn't know you needed, what you want, everything like that, right? So, when it's an insecurity, you're insecure because you are lacking that one thing. So in the relationship together as a whole, because both parties got to bring not 50, not 75, 100% of each other to the relationship together, collectively, totality. It's just like, if I, as a man, if let's say some things aren't met as far as like communication, right? If I feel like I can't confide in you and I can't talk to you about certain things, like let's say, not even have to spill my life problems, but like let's say I just needed somebody to listen, just like, wow, I'm stressed out that day. And if I feel like I can't do that with you, and like you just like made it about yourself, you're selfish, or like just all in all, I don't feel like I have your attention and you don't care, then eventually, like, not to justify cheating, but the more that I'm lacking of that, rather than leaving the relationship, and then once again, it also takes the conviction to leave a situation, to walk away. But in this case, with cheating, these people don't have the determination to actually walk away. They'd rather find a temporary fix, which is why cheating, in a way, whether it's brought up that they did it or not, it's just like, let me do this real quick. I know I'm not supposed to be doing it. It's like, we're not supposed to be doing crack. That's okay, right?
I mean, I don't know about that.
No, we're not supposed to be doing it. Look, you not see some of the people in jail? They wrinkly. They only 30. You know what I'm saying? That Kofi be crazy. But besides that, it's just like, it's like once that insecurity is exposed, you're gonna want to dabble in things like Kanye said it. How can something so wrong make me feel so right? Because in that moment, it's a temporary fix. You can walk away, run away from your situation, and come back like nothing's going on. But then once you start fiending for it again, then you need that temporary fix again. Temptation, desire, and all these other things. Exactly.
Let me in. Let me in.
There's no way.
There's no way.
You're about to cheat.
I wanted to see what you was gonna say about what do you think of cheating? Like why do you think people cheat? Or like, if you were to say for yourself, why would you think you cheat? Not saying that you were to be a person to cheat, but if there were to be a given reason, what would you think that would be?
Honestly, like, I wouldn't want to put myself in that situation.
Okay.
Because
so you would just like you would just pretty much like leave if so anything?
Yeah.
But why would you leave then? Because this would be the reason why you would cheat. So why would you be leaving? If anything?
I would leave simply because, one, it's not healthy for myself. Two, it's not healthy for the other person. Because when you go to cheat on somebody, you're literally taking your heart away from your own relationship and putting it somewhere else. You're not even thinking about your significant other and how it would make them feel, you know, and what you're doing to your relationship, because you're completely destroying it. Once you cheat, it's done. Like, no matter how much you try to fix it, there's always gonna be that constant reminder that that person cheated on you or you cheated on them. So, why would you stay? Why would you stay and put up with that when it's just gonna bring you down? It's literally just falling into a pit with no bottom, an endless pit.
Damn, I can't imagine. I mean, that's like a dream, like where you fall.
Exactly.
You just, like, you know, there's a bottom, but it's like it's taking forever to just
hit
it. Like, bro, let me just croak at this point. Like, damn. Like,
it's honestly like also too like when you're dreaming, like you just fall asleep and then like you wake up because you hit the ground.
Yeah.
So it's almost like after you cheat, you hit the ground and it's like, oh shit, I just realized what I just did was wrong, and like I'm obviously seeing.
And you're carrying all that anxiety with you 24/7 because
now you're sitting on top of guilt. And let me tell you,
it's a guilt and a shame thing at the same time, because
you'd be ashamed of yourself.
One thing about guilt is that guilt is the accountability for someone else, because someone else is making you feel that way, and shame is something that is brought to the accountability of yourself. So it's like a double whammy. Like so
I'm 4, nigga.
Yeah. So it's so true though.
Okay, so we're online 4 combo.
But before if you're done saying what you're saying about it,
I mean, we kind of like agreed on the same thing. So it's like,
and honestly, another thing too is like when you think about it, before we go on to the next topic, like, or question I should say, is like when you think about it, not saying this in any way to be disrespectful of, you know, situations where like somebody genuinely cheated and they had no reason to. They just did it because they're insensitive as hell. But in a way, for other cases of cheating, when it's like there's reasons why somebody like just got that far, obviously they didn't have the balls to walk away, the bolitas, but it's like there has to be a cause and there was an effect by it, right? So it's both parties not taking accountability, because at the same time, I'm pretty sure in relationships, right, you know, if somebody feels a certain way about something, I shouldn't have to address something that I feel uncomfortable about, or like where I feel like you're not holding your end of the bargain, and let's say lack of accountability, and because it takes that kind of communication to get something get a point across, right? And if this person doesn't like even heed to like fix it, or like, you know, make at least the effort to like, you know, work on something, then it's like eventually once again with that insecurity, because you're lacking that security that you need to feel like, you know, that makes you whole in a way, because it's not like you needed this person to do it because we're born by ourselves, but you know, with this person not doing that one thing, rather than leaving, it's just like you feel like in a way you're kind of looking for attention now. You're doing something that's going to provoke them to make them aware, like, hey, you could easily lose me. But it's one of the most unjustful acts or reasons to do something like that, to get your point across, as far as like somebody to acknowledge how you feel and what you feel like was the problem. Right.
Yeah. Before I say what I think, why would there be a reason I would cheat, if so anything, if that were to be a case, I want to say too, like, you know, when it comes to like, you know, being, if you happen to be the one that is cheated on, you know exactly how that feels. There's people out there that has been cheated on. There's like so many people out there, but you don't want to have a victim mindset too. So if you were to choose them back, as far as whatever it is that they do, you know what you're getting yourself into. So what the thing is that you want to heal through being cheated on and not like have a victim mindset. So if you were to have the possibility of taking them back, like if you're gonna take them back, you need to understand that what you're putting yourself in, and understand too that there's a chance that they're gonna cheat again.
It's your choice.
So don't get so mad that if they cheat on you again, don't get so mad, because fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me.
Put the blame on you. Fool me 3 times. Fuck the peace out. Load the trouble and it rain on you.
Yeah.
J. Cole, man.
Yo,
shout out.
That's literally what it is. But I also want to mention, there's a study that shows that through 20 to 25%, people that are married, they cheat on their significant other, and these are actually people that only opened up to it. You know, we're not talking about the people that didn't open up to it. So the study only shows about people that actually were like, yeah, I cheated, blah, blah, blah. Right. And
it takes a lot of courage to open up to, by the way. So the fact that it's only 20 to 25% is a lot. 1 in 4 people to be honest with themselves and to their other person, like, hey, I'm not even gonna lie to you. Right. Like, I did this.
Yeah, and so another study shows that for people that are in college, and not necessarily these are people that are married, but just people that are in relationships, there's a 30 to 50% of people that cheat on their significant other and their partner. So
that's pretty crazy.
That's a big percentage, and it just shows because around that, like, you know, that age group, you know, people that are in college, you know, you're younger and like you want to go to parties and etc. So you want to find yourself, you know, if anything, that's the way to justify whatever it is, the reason why you're cheating.
Yeah, which is unacceptable.
At the end of the day, cheating is not something that should be done, because if you're trying to take someone serious, you know, you don't want to say someone, or for example, you don't want to say that you're gonna put your all into someone and then make them believe that, because when you do something to cheat on them, they're not gonna question you about what they did. They're gonna question love. You know what I mean? So they get cheated on. They're not going to question you. They're going to be like, oh, you know, fuck love. And that's why there's so many people that be like, oh, love ain't anything. Love ain't shit.
Because they're given the false perception that because you gave them your word as a person, regardless of sex, because you gave them your word as a person, that you're giving them your all. That means now they're under the impression that someone giving them their all means that you, like, I can do so much bad to you and you can't do anything about it. So why even bother even trying to accept or embrace anybody else's love when, if you love yourself this much that you wouldn't even hopefully not self-sabotage yourself to that point, but like, why would you let somebody else do it? Right. And then this is why a lot of people get into situations where they just, like, you know, they keep sabotaging themselves, because once again, it's their choice. So if somebody cheats on you once again, shouldn't happen a second time, shouldn't happen a third time. This is just how they look at you. They don't respect you enough to be like, I acknowledge you as a person. And then it's like, who can you really be mad at? What's the point of even, like, opening up about a situation that's not going to change? Right. You know what you're getting yourself into. And it's just up to you to be grown, because at the end of the day, we're adults, right? So you should be grown enough to make a choice, regardless of how bad it's going to hurt, regardless of how difficult the situation may be afterwards, because circumstances aren't going to be on your side, especially leaving a situation like that, especially when you live with them. But go crazy.
And that's another thing. When it comes to cheating, there's no need to be mad at the person that they cheated on you with. You need to be mad at the person that you were in a relationship with. Right. You need to be upset with them, because they're the one who committed to you and said they're going to give you their word. So there's no need to fight that other person or try to hurt them. The person you need to talk to and confront is your significant other in this case, because they are the ones who failed you.
Right.
They failed your relationship.
Not the other way around.
Yeah.
The other person that they cheated on didn't.
Has no ties between the two of you. Like, at all.
To a certain extent, yes, but not enough to fix.
Ties. Right. Exactly. No.
Oh, okay.
You're silly.
But
you're silly.
Silly goose.
Yeah, so you need to be mad at the person. You need to be mad at your significant other, and you need to get the truth from them, not the other person. So remember that. Yeah,
and like also, like, you know, if you this is where, like, you need to vet someone out, and, like, you know, we get given a reason not to trust somebody, but we also get given the reason to trust someone. Mm-hmm. You know, like, we always be like, oh, you gave me a reason to not trust you, but I also need to get reasons to trust you. So, like, don't be so like easy to give your trust to someone. Like, you know, let them earn your trust. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Because then if you always give your trust so easily to people, then, you know, you're gonna be probably in the same situation all the time, because you're not valuing your trust, because, you know,
you're just giving it off for free.
Yeah, you're just giving it so easy. And, like,
they'll be taking advantage of.
One thing that needs to be also understood, that cheating is a behavioral trait, so it can change, yes, but you need to understand the circumstances of that person and just so many things that go into it. So, like, there's so many reasons why people cheat, and I want to say a couple of them. One of them is actually sexual desire. Sexual desire is one of the reasons why people cheat, right? And we don't really even need to get into that, because that's where temptation comes in, you know, especially when you're younger. There's more of a chance that someone might cheat because of the ways of saying that they want to experience life, because that's what majority of people say, though that doesn't really mean anything in a certain way, because in a way, like, if you want to take someone serious, you can do so, but the probabilities of temptation just get more higher because of, like, so much that get thrown in your face, and you yet have no experience in these things that you come across, especially when you're young and, you know, your friends are doing some things and whatever.
You just know better at that point as you get older.
Exactly.
You know better.
Yeah, and you just want to be as knowledgeable as possible, because us as people like having the knowledge on things, especially things that we come across. Mm-hmm. One of the second things, reasons why people cheat is anger. Anger, because when, like, we get into an argument or whatever it is, you know, when you're mad or sad, you start acting irrationally, and so, like, you get this pressure where, like, you end up doing things. Mind you, there's a majority of people that end up cheating because of a feeling that they're having, because they're getting mad at their significant other because there was a disagreement on something, or there was something that the other person did that they didn't like, and so they do things that's irrational. So it's just like, all right, I'm gonna do this, but I'm not clearly thinking because I'm clearly feeling.
Oh, and then one trait that kind of stands out a lot that probably isn't emphasized enough. Like, people say it, but then we don't understand how powerful having this trait is, and it's just having the ability of patience. Because at the end of the day, though, with patience, you're gonna be able to process and analyze situations. Because, for example, right, I came across this on Facebook. It was a short video, and some man was dating this girl. You know, he had a 9-to-5, making probably 6 figures or whatever. And he met this girl, and not a lot of time that he gets in relationships. And as he's with this girl, his own friends, now mind you, have a great support group. Once again, so yo, the love that you can have with friends, they will look out for you no matter what. Especially with the trials and tribulations that all of you guys go through together. They were vouching for him, saying like, yo, I don't think you should be with this girl. I don't. So come to find out, he gets out of work. He gets out of work one day. Come to find out, his girlfriend that he was honestly thinking about proposing to, found her in their bed, his crib, their bed with another man.
Duffy.
And what was crazy, he didn't know what to do or how to process everything. So you know what he does? He just stands there, and like he's like so distraught that just like he doesn't know how to process it. He tries waking her up. He's like this. Yo, hey, wake up. Trying to wake her up. Now, honestly, the way I looked at it, I feel like it was such a girl. You know, it's a crazy moment that, let's say hypothetically, what if she was just pretending to be asleep? Because once he touched her the first time she woke up, she's like, fuck, I'm caught. But damn, I don't want to, like, this is like too much right now. It's just like, damn, I'm caught red-handed, but it's like, can I really handle like this kind of scrutiny right now? So instead, she doesn't wake up. So what he does, he takes selfies, right? And he takes a couple weeks. And no, not even a couple weeks, takes a couple days. I'm bugging. Takes a couple days, then posted it. This is the girl that I dated in the beginning, that I loved, and showed all the happiness. And then he showed, and this is where we're at now. In bed with another man, cheated on me and everything. And the thing is, people vouch for him so much. I think I saved this in my phone, but he was just saying that, like, you know, it does take a lot of strength to go about it like this, because I could have been angry, I could have fought this guy when I shouldn't even be angry at this guy. He's just doing things that he wants to do. That has nothing to do with him. But the girl that I thought she was, the girl that I loved, the girl that I spent all this time with, that we live together now. Mind you, we're grown. Once you live with your significant other, after that, it's like you might as well get married, especially once it gets past a year. And they were I think at least 2 years at that point. So the fact that he's with somebody for 2 years and then like that happens, it kind of makes you reflect, like, where did I go wrong in the vet selection? Where did I go wrong in analyzing this person as to who they are? Because once again, it's called the honeymoon phase, because we don't really know this person. They showing us the best things about them,
right?
But they're not showing us who they really are.
P's and Q's.
Like, how do they handle situations? Once again, back to my point, patience. How are they going to process everything? How are they going to allow themselves to, like, you know, just really internalize everything? Which is why people make do irrational things, because they don't want to take the time to like let everything process. Like, what is going to be the best choice moving forward? What is going to be, like, you know, how should I even talk to this person? Because when we're angry, we don't care. We don't care. It's like being drunk. You know, a lot of our sober thoughts come out when we're drunk, because we don't care at that point. You know, we don't dictate what's right from wrong anymore. So
that is true.
That's true.
Go crazy.
Yeah, and that kind of
go stupid.
That kind of goes into saying one of the other reasons is I said it twice. Haha, funny.
Go crazy.
But yeah, another reason, you know what I'm saying, why people cheat is because of lack of love. And the lack of love is not necessarily all like coming from you, like you as the partner, but also like the experiences of them not having love. Mm-hmm. Like if it's from their mom or if it's from past relationships or whatever the case may be. But like don't put so much pressure on you on the reasons why they may feel like there's a lack of love in your relationship, because what it is too, like someone's perception of love can be different about how you give love, you know.
Upbringings for sure.
Yeah, so like how you give love can be different how they give love, and it doesn't say that they give more love than you or if it's the other way around, because everybody have a unique way expressing themselves with their own emotions. So it's also the way of how they give an emotion, right? So it just goes for saying like that's when you know how to work on yourself and make sure that you're fully connected with yourself in order to give anything to someone else. Mm-hmm. Because honestly, like what you're giving is literally something that you're giving back at yourself. You know what I mean? Like you literally, we attract what we settle for. You know, so don't put yourself in a situation where like you have to take on the pressure because someone wants to say like, oh, you don't give me enough love. Like if anything is not I don't give you enough love, is that you're just not getting the love that you want, and whatever that might be. So
yeah, the expectations that come from it, like when people's expectations are so high, or like not even just high, because expectations can let you down, but then also like when you feel entitled to like, you know, expect certain things, you know, to happen, is just like, you know, you're letting yourself down, because then like you're putting on all this scrutiny on this person that, you know, that's probably doing what they're supposed to, or like what they can do, but then it's like, you know, you're literally you're bashing them for not meeting your standards at that point, because it's like, you know, when somebody's upbringing's kind of change their perception of love, and as they get older, it's like, you know, their understanding of love goes so far in unreachable ways, because when you think about it, for example, right, let's say somebody just is around toxic people all their life, right, people that make bad choices, people that just like, you know, manipulate people and everything like that, they're going to harbor those traits. And now with their idea of love, every relationship that they get into, they think that they can do whatever they want. And what are they going to do? They're going to be smart. They're going to be decisive with certain things that they do. Yep. They're going to be very clever. They're going to be doing a lot of things that shouldn't be done in a relationship. But why can't they understand everything? Because from their perception and their upbringing and their core values is exactly what they grew up with.
Yep.
So like they're the only embodiment, they're the only representation of what their surroundings and what family they had and still have now. So that's why you can't tell them nothing, and you can't don't explain yourself to nobody. When I tell you, this guy be preaching, I can tell you this right now, that just that alone, don't explain yourself to nobody, because if you have to explain yourself, at that point they're not even trying to understand you, because take my words at face value. If you can't internalize and process everything as you should and get my message across without me explaining, then there's already a problem, because we should both be intellectually there together for you to understand what I'm saying.
Yeah. That honestly goes into saying like that's another like, since the perception of thinking like what's different of like what they do for each other, like you know, the way I give love is different from the way you give love, but it's also like the way of understanding what is the difference is like what I think is cheating and what you think is cheating. Like some people think you know, cheating is different to others. Like some people think that there's an emotional way of cheating and that there's a physical way of cheating, and that shows lack of a commitment, because there's not an understanding of what's really going on. But as many as like reasons of why, you know, there's people that cheat, I want to talk about some of the questions that Troy got, and we're gonna start with that and like see what he got for us. So what you got there, buddy?
What you got?
Alrighty.
I know you cooking right now.
1 second.
Chef Troy. Chef Troyski.
Which one you guys want me to go with? 1, 2, or 3?
You can just pick it. Just pick whatever.
Okay, alright. So which do you think is worse? Your partner cheating on you with multiple people at once, or with one person for a long period of time?
I'm gonna have to go with the second option.
Which one? The multiple?
No, that's the first one.
Nah.
Cheating for a long time?
Cheating with the same person for a long time.
Long time.
100%. 100%. Because then it's
they're
like,
invested.
They're invested. They already know like who they're gonna jump to.
That's the main problem with that.
Because if anything, that's their best selection, and that's their justification. And like, you know, all right, basically, when you think about it, right? Somebody's gonna get invested long term. You got feelings for that person at that point, and you're just literally using your current relationship as a cover up.
Right.
So like at that point, it's kind of like, you know, what are we really doing here? You know, if you clearly aren't happy with me, why do you keep going to this person? It's not even a temporary relief point at this point. You're depending on this person to get as an escape from your current relationship, because you're clearly not happy.
Yep. For sure. What's the next one?
Next one is, if you cheated on your partner but knew it was a mistake, would you tell them straight up or hope they never found out?
Not my cup of tea, but I wouldn't. I mean, I like me some green tea, but I don't like chamomile, JK. But
I mean, I would just tell them straight up, to be honest. Like, but at the same time, I can understand like why certain people wouldn't want the other person to find out, because it's like like the way they may react is like, you know, it could be like so toxic where like, you know, like for example, if a girl finds out, they break your stuff, blah blah blah. Like who knows if it's the same thing if like it's just sad to say that women do that. Like, they break the stuff that you don't hear a man breaking a girl's stuff. I mean, I'm pretty sure women do. There's a guy that does that, but like,
right,
women
that number
break
is
stuff.
minimal.
At the end of the day, you should tell them though.
I'd say for guys, like the closest thing that we do is like probably throw themselves out, or like just probably like try to ruin their name by like labeling them and then getting it out to social media, or just getting out to a selective group of people that know that said woman, and just like ruin whatever like I don't want to say entitlement, but like rep that she has, like her rep, yeah, basically at that point.
Right.
And with what's it called? I'd rather tell them, obviously, because that guilt, like, you know, it's that's a burden at that point. Nobody wants to carry that. But to like let them find out on their own is like even more disrespectful, because it's like you didn't care. And it's like if you really even
Definitely,
you know, appreciate humans in general, like, you know, I respect it as like you don't even love that person as a human being at that point. You just don't care.
Yeah, you don't respect them anymore
At all. So like to you just like, you know, not even tell them, and then they find out. At that point, if anything, the only emotional reaction you're gonna have is to their irrational decision making, as far as like how they're processing and handling that said truth. So then breaking your stuff, them throwing your clothes out the window, them, you know, going to see your family and, you know, ruining your name and trying to make up all these lies, them basically trying to spew all this negativity because they're hurt. It doesn't justify it, because you can't justify your actions and you can't justify theirs.
Right.
But it's like you have to understand like what's gonna come if you don't tell them. So even though it could be worse, at least maybe with you being respectful enough, then like, you know what, the fact that you told me that and you was honest, I have nothing. I there's no way I can't respect that, regardless of you disrespecting me.
It's like A Boogie said. He's like, at least I manned up, but I don't know all the answers. Like, he literally said that. Skeezers. Yeah, if you know that song, shout out to you.
A Boogie.
Skeezers.
I ain't got no hoodie on, but I like A Boogie.
Yeah, so we got one more question. What is it? Let me hear it.
I need that third finale, Troy. Oh damn, word. So I'm bored.
Sorry.
Damn, no, that's crazy.
I work in the morning. Okay.
Nah, it's crazy.
All right. Which is worse, your partner cheating on you with your best friend or a member of your family?
Best friend.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna say best friend because, like, you know, I've had a person that is not in my family that I let come into my life that I would trust because he's my best friend, right? And I trust them, right? And I trust my girl. So there's two people that are basically betraying me. You know, like, yeah, it could be the same thing with family, but like I'm allowing a new person into my life. When it's my family member, like when it's my family member, they already been in my life, like, you know, like in my head. So it's like, yeah, it's still bad, but and like in a way, like. For me, I just say in the experiences because, like, I don't have so much of a big family. So I would say, like, for my experiences, I would say, like, it would be worse for a best friend. Mm-hmm. It is bad in either way because it's just so much of a betrayal. And, like, if someone in your family did it, you have to deal with seeing that person in your family all the time. But it's just really tricky. I would say the best friend, though, for sure.
I definitely say best friend, too. Just for the simple fact that you're my best friend. You know, I go to you to, you know, express myself in certain ways, and you come to me to express yourself in certain ways, and we have a bond that shouldn't be touched or singed in any kind of way. You know, it shouldn't be messed up at all. So for my best friend to go and do that, I would, like, it's like what Angel just said, man. Like, there's two people who betrayed your trust. That's
see at first,
that's hurtful.
At first, after hearing both your responses, it kind of made me like put it together more, because when you think about it, all in all, even though it does happen, 9.9 10 times, you're not going to expect it to be a family member. You're not going to think about it, because, like, I mean, yeah, it's deceitful, and yeah, like, it creates this very large gap. Like, damn, I can't even look at this person in my family anymore like the same.
Right.
But it's like, at the end, it's not like you are obligated to, like, all right, I need this person in my life, just like you don't need this friend in your life. But when it comes to a friend, a best friend in this case, right? It's like, no, you're only gonna worry about those people close within that person's friend group, because then it's like, because they're the opposite sex, what happens a lot of the time when you get into relationships with people that have insecurities, whether it's the past or not, that's up to you, because you gotta give trust to get it. So in certain situations, I'm gonna give somebody a little ample of trust, right? I'm gonna give them a little bit of trust, because at the end of the day, I'm not gonna know what they're gonna do with my trust, right? So even though I can give them my trust fully right away, me giving them a little bit of trust is like, all right, here you go. It's like me starting, like, imagine, like, as kids we get allowances, right? So like they're gonna start us off with allowances, and if we keep up the good behavior, not saying that we're pets, but if we keep up the good behavior, you know, our allowances will go up. So now with, you know, me giving this little a trust, you know, I'm expecting you to, like, you know, do right by it, be responsible. And when you prove to me that you're capable of holding this trust, now I'm gonna give you a little bit more. I'm I'm gonna keep giving you more because you're showing me reasons why I should trust you.
Right.
So with opposite sex friends in that said friend group, it's easy to suspect who it is just because the friends were there before that significant other. So because that comfort, bonding, and everything like that is already there, you see them as a threat. And that's where another insecurity comes in because of the fact that, hey, if you're gonna look at them and be like, oh, so I don't want you hanging out with this person anymore, it's like, oh, why are you so threatened by me? I'm only 5'5". That's besides the point. like it's besides the point, but
jokes.
Like, but yeah, so like all in all, it's like friends or whatever. I see why like it just makes sense as to why you're gonna suspect somebody or believe that like it'd be worse because like not saying I'd rather be cheated on with a family member, but hey, like I would just with a friend it's just worse. It's just worse all in all.
Yeah, it just shows when it comes to cheating. There's so many people in the world that it just shows that there's so much ungratefulness. Like that literally what it is though. Like when people cheat is because they're ungrateful to a certain extent. Like it's rude at the end of the day. Like it's disrespectful. Like if you're cheating, you have your reasons. These are reasons why you cheat, which is why we need to understand them. But it doesn't really mean that it's a right thing just because just because there's reasons of cheating doesn't mean that cheating is a good thing. You know what I mean? Because there's consequences after them, and we all learn. We all have mistakes. There's people that have mistakes, and they're learning, and then like I said before. Cheating is a behavioral trait, so it can change. People can change from them.
You can learn it and unlearn it.
Yeah, so, but don't be surprised if you were to take someone back from them cheating on you, that there's a possibility for them cheating again. So as big as cheating is as a topic, and like there's so many reasons, and like what's the difference between men and women, and like how like what differentiates them, like that's another topic. We could get into that on another episode about like what we believe is different between a man and a woman, and what is different between them cheating, because there are certain standards that women and men have when it comes to like relationships, and just going on forward with that. But that'll be another episode because that's another long topic, and we don't want to keep you here all day. And we know that it's just a lot to get into, to be honest.
It's a very complex topic.
Yeah.
No, I won't even say complex. It's just like it only becomes complex when you're open, when you're not open-minded enough to like actually process everything. Because in a way, it's like hey, somebody could feel offended and be like, "What do you mean? Like, oh, you could justify?" Because I mean, in a way, you could forgive somebody if they cheat. But it's like, can you give them the benefit of the doubt? Can you move on from it while you're giving them that second chance? Because you can't expect them to not cheat again or cheat again when you give them that second chance. But you got to keep that same energy, Stu. Like with the probability of them making up for it and not doing it again, that same energy you got to keep it with looking at it like they could cheat again. You got to keep that at the same level. So you can't be filled with so much animosity. It's like, oh my gosh, you cheated again. You knew that they were capable of cheating. Right. But if they make up for it, don't sit here and scrutinize them and be like, oh, but you cheated on me, and hold them accountable for it and never let go of that. Because now at this point, were you ever really giving that person a chance?
Right.
Never.
Yeah, because honestly,
that's what's presented.
Right.
That's what's being shown. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So,
like it just proves going with what you were saying. Like, if you're gonna take someone back, again, because they cheated on you, you're taking them back. You are forgiving them. Forgiving is not for the other person. Forgiving is for yourself. You know what I mean? It's bringing peace of the situation. Like people think that when I'm forgiving you, it's for you. No, it's not for you. It's for yourself. You're forgiving for them for what they did, but only for the peace that you brought peace into it for yourself. So when you're forgiving somebody for it and don't have a victim mindset. Because that just shows that you're not forgiving. If you have a victim mindset, you want to heal from it. Don't let it. You want to break through the healing, right? You don't want it to break you. Break through it. Don't let it break you.
Yeah, and like another thing too is like when it comes with forgiving, it's just like in the moment when you think about it, when you get cheated on, or just like having that talk where basically like, you guys are at a standstill, like not knowing whether you guys are gonna be together or not. It's like in a way you feel peer pressured. Like you're so emotional, you feel pressured to make a decision right then and there. You just give in because it's what it feels like. Okay, let's make this work. Because we're taught Like you'll fight for the things that you want, or you'll fight for like those you love.
Right, or you're comfortable.
Yeah, or
you don't want to go back if you're comfortable.
And the thing is, it's way easier being with somebody that you know rather than somebody that you don't know. So it's like, you know, it's okay to be with somebody that you know that does so much wrong by you, because then guess what? That's where the temporary fixes come in. Because then guess what? You walk away from it. It's like going on vacation. Like you tired of living in the same place and you tired of going to work, whatever. You take a vacation. Why? You need a mental break. You need an escape, so you don't worry about nothing. No financials, no nothing. Like, yo, if I'm broke after this trip, I'm broke after this trip because I want to have fun. I need an escape. But then when you come back, guess what? You got to come back to
all the same things.
Bullshit, you know, with life. You know, you got work, you got stress, you got bills, all this and that. But that's why you walk away from it. Yep. So now that these are like temporary mini vacations and whatnot you're taking, whether it's cheating, whether it's talking to people that you shouldn't be talking to, whether it's expressing the same bullshit that you're going through, and you knowing that you're not going to make the decisive actions or take the decisive action that you should make just to change your situation, because you already know what you're getting yourself into. You already know what you signed up for. It's something that you've been dealing with all this time. So like, you know.
Well said.
Thank you. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, this is helping me right now. I feel like I got a beard. I'm able to do this.
Yeah, I don't know why you're doing that, but hey,
don't worry about it.
It works.
It's working for sure. Yeah, you're spinning some shit.
Yo, I need some toilet paper because somebody gonna have to wipe this off me. No cap.
Yeah. So we appreciate you guys. Let us know what you think about cheating and that topic, and like, have you ever been cheated on? And if you haven't been cheated on, then I am happy for you, because it's a very like damaging thing for people. So
mentally,
absolutely. So and it could even be a physical thing.
Hope you got through it, because I know that trauma could like last so long, and then you're not even not gonna want to trust anybody anymore. So like the fact that you got out of the situation of cheating, and then you know saw it through to the end, that like, you know, you're gonna like focus on yourself, your mental health, everything that makes you, like, you know, just walk away from it despite how painful it may be, because you just gotta walk away from certain things that make you feel uncomfortable.
Love yourself and understand your value, and cheating will be a lot more easy to like get away from. You know what I mean? Like, they cheat on you, goodbye, see you later.
You gotta chuck up the deuces.
But that being said, also, again, we are also on Spotify. Listen to us on there, whatever platform you're on. Subscribe to us or follow us. You can also follow us on our IG, and keep up with us. We'll have shorts on there, and you know, just get the quick highlights on things that we talk about, just in case you just want to have something that is like get you up on your day, or whatever the case may be. So we appreciate you guys.
Check out our IG too, because we posting clips and everything. We post on our stories sometimes. You know, give you a little bit of knowledge,
a little snippet,
showing you the day and whatnot, like what's on our mind and everything. Because you know, we think a lot, so we just gotta, you know, update y'all, spread that information, and get you just get you out there.
You got anything, Troy?
I love y'all. Be safe. Do the right thing.
Yeah, you know what to do. They cheat. Skedaddle.
Nah,
Frank Castle. Frank Castle.
Don't tell me that, because then I'm just gonna do the wrong thing. Like, if you tell me to do something, like, I'm not listening to you.
Well,
I'm a lot of things.
Oh wow.
I know.
Oh, word. All right, cool.
Well, that being said, we love you guys. We appreciate you guys. Until next time, y'all be easy.
I love y'all. Yo, can I take y'all to dinner?
Peace.
Be breezy. Hey.